everybody, I wanted to get on here and do another video because I need an update video on my Juice Plus story. Before, really all I had to talk about was my son, and now I have some good stuff to say about my experience with Juice Plus. So I'm still going to tell you about his experience, but I'm also going to tell you about mine. So his is that back in like 7th grade, and he's a junior now, he started to see like he had scalp patches that were really kind of crusty and oozy and stuff like that. And we, as time went on, it really covered his entire head, and we found out that he had scalp psoriasis. And I did not want to take him to a doctor and have him put on like something like Humira that would compromise his immune system. I'm totally against anything like that, especially at the age of, he was probably like 14 at the time. We went through all of the home remedies that we could possibly think of in YouTube. Some of them worked a little bit, but to get a 16-year-old at that time to do any of that, forget it. He would do it for 2 days. It would help. And then, it would come back full blast. So I took him to a hairdresser that told me that you have to do something because the patches, they're so thick and they're so bad that he's losing hair. He's losing patches of hair. And as a mom, you don't want to see your kid go through that. And he had expressed a couple times to me recently, not so much back then when it was happening, that he was getting a little bit teased about it because, they'd say, oh, you've got bad dandruff. Don't you wash your hair? Stuff like that. And no mom wants to see their kid go through that. Well, I ended up at a KETO adapt event that my partner Michelle Dorsey and I were helping work. And a lady came up to me and said, hey, I want to talk to you about this product. It's called Juice Plus. And Michelle and I looked at each other because we don't like products. We believe you can do keto with just basic food. You don't need products. So we said, okay, with hesitation, we'll meet with you and see, what you have to say. So we met with her one day over coffee, and she kept talking about her own story and how her husband had psoriasis. And, like this little light bulb went off in my head. I'm like, okay, now you've got my attention. If he had psoriasis and it's better, you got my attention, So the other part that resonated with me big time is not only was it whole food nutrition, it wasn't a supplement. It's not a vitamin to fix what you're not eating. It's actually the nutrition that you should eat, So number one, if I bought it, I could sponsor a child for free, and I'm all about let's have like a good BOGO deal. So I agreed. Let's go ahead and do 4 months of Juice Plus and see what happens. And in 1 month, it was amazing the results that happened with my son. He was down to only having one little patch, and his whole head was covered. And you saw him; he would dig it, and it would be oozy, and it would be bleeding. It would be awful. He had one little patch. And now we are on, I think, month 6. He has nothing. And I cut his hair, every once in a while when he doesn't go out to town to do it. And honestly, it brings tears to my eyes because he has nothing in his head. It's like a little, what I would say a little baby's head, like the softest, nicest skin you can imagine, and that means the world to me. I will, always, promote Juice Plus for that alone. And that boy that I couldn't get to do anything will take his Juice Plus every morning because he knows that is what's helping him. So that's his story, and that was the story I always told because I really, I take Juice Plus because I'm a type 2 diabetic. I control only with food, and what that means is there's lots of foods that I can't eat. If I do eat them, my blood sugars are uncontrolled, and I have to take insulin. So, with that being said, I'm super, super sensitive. I was on 4 shots of insulin a day for years, and that killed a lot of beta cells in my body with uncontrolled blood sugars and stuff like that. I'm happy to say I used to run like 10s on an A1C, and I'm currently a 5, and I've gone down as a 4.7, and that's only with food. That's with absolutely no medications. So, with that being said, I'm super sensitive. I really cannot eat a lot of vegetables, so I have to really, really restrict. And I felt like, I'm missing out. I feel like my nutrition needs to have something else. So for years I've done vitamins, and then by talking to my good friend Julie Duncan, who is my health wellness coordinator, she explained to me we don't even absorb most of the vitamins that we take. And I bought bottles and bottles and bottles. I would have those pill things that people would put their medications in. That's my vitamins before, because it was ridiculous. I took zinc, and I took this, and I took that, and I'm like, okay, so I was wasting a whole bunch of money on vitamins that weren't even working. So now what I do is I take my Juice Plus, and that bridges the gap from what I can't eat because I'm diabetic to getting the full nutrition that I should have without any carbs. People go, oh no, it's Juice Plus. It's not juice. It's powder, plant powder, and it's condensed down into pills. And there's only what I take. There's 2 carbs a day, versus all of those vegetables would be probably 100 plus carbs or more, and I would never be able to eat that. Plus I'd never be able to control my blood sugars. With that being said, a funny story that I want to tell you is that over the holidays my whole family was home. I have just had a spinal fusion, so I was home, butt planted on the couch, couldn't go anywhere else, and the flu hit the house, and it was my husband, and he is the only person in my household that does not take Juice Plus. I take it, and I sponsor my son. My mom takes it, so she sponsors my daughter who is in college, and he got it. We did eventually get a touch of it. My daughter got none. I got like a couple mornings of a stuffy face. My son, he got like one evening, he felt and that was it. My husband got it. It went away. He got it again. So we're putting him on Juice Plus very soon. Like with this month, we're doing it because I want all of the family to be well. And I just said I had a spinal fusion. I am 5 weeks out of a spinal fusion that was 3 surgeries in 3 days. I'm up moving. I've already been out in the public teaching classes. People are very amazed at my recovery, and I bring that back to years of being keto and Juice Plus. I rid my body of inflammation to begin with, so I had the best start I could get coming into that surgery. So, it's only 6 months. I've already seen these amazing things happen with my son. Now I'm starting to really, see some awesome things happen with myself, and I wanted to share that with you. So that is my Juice Plus story, revised number 2, and contact me if you want information on it, and I will connect you with my, what's she considered? Health, I always get this messed. Wellness coordinator, that's it, Julie Duncan, because she can just spout off any answer that you have, whereas I can just tell you my story and why I will always, now take Juice Plus. Thanks, and have a great day.